Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we have a Mythic Plus commentary. We're doing Black Rook Hold 14 as our assassination rogue, as I had promised in an earlier video. So, generally, because I have a focus macro that will... What? Okay, for some reason I'm unable to focus the DK, but that's okay. So I had a focus macro that will show me, or I can focus the tank, and I will be able to cast Tricks of the Trade on them without having to actually manually target them. Let's try and once again do that. Oops. Okay, I don't know why it's not coming up, but that's okay. So you want to interrupt the Dark Mending. Wait, my kick was on cooldown for some reason. That's okay. But it's basically, this week, it's Bursting, Quaking, and Fortified. So you just want to make sure that your DPS is relatively contained, relatively restricted. Not restricted, but you can cloak that as well. One of the debuffs there. Cheating death. For some reason we have aggro, but that's okay. As long as we use evasion, we won't take too much damage. That was a little bit dicey, but it's okay. Sometimes you get some pretty dicey pulls. One thing about bursting is that you can actually... I think I did that too late. One thing about bursting is you can actually cloak it. So that's incredibly useful as a rogue, that you can Cloak of Shadows the bursting damage if it gets too high, just to make it a little bit easier for your healers. But generally it shouldn't be too much of a problem if you're doing it properly. In terms of cooldown usage, it's not really much different in Mythic Plus. You just want to make sure that you're using stealth basically every pack, because obviously you get the mantle, and mantle is nuts. So looks like we're going to do a bit of a smaller pull here. So you just want to make sure that you're multi-dotting here. Great, we got a poison bomb spread for this. But you're just multi-dotting, getting your poison bomb as much as possible. Obviously it's an RNG spell, so you can't exactly control it, but we're getting a pretty decent amount of poison bombs here. Actually, we're getting a really good amount of poison bombs, I would say. But yeah, so it's you're Fan of Nizing instead of Mutilate on 2+ targets, which is something I don't think I was... let's try and set focus again. Okay, it's not working. No idea why. So in terms of cooldown usage in Mythic Plus, you can basically use your spells on cooldown because they take so little time to recover that you're basically gonna not be any problem. I don't know what I keep using kick on. That's very strange. But your cooldowns are so low that you don't really have to worry about saving them for anything. Sometimes in cases where your Rupture falls off, you can actually then use Mutilate, because generally it'll actually be more combo points. But it's when you have the Ruptures ticking, you can just go ahead and keep Fan of Knives up and then refresh. But if you make mistakes and you end up going and dropping your Rupture, you can use a couple Mutilates just to get it up quickly. Try and set focus again. Oops. Okay, it's not working. So we don't have our Vendetta, so we're just going to do the opener as if we did, but substitute Vendetta for nothing. So you're just making sure that you have your Envenom buff, keeping up Rupture, keeping up with 6 seconds left. I'm not sure if I spoke about that in the guide, but you want to keep it up with 6 seconds left in your Rupture. And Garrote, I'm almost positive you can just use it whenever to fill the combo point, and then making sure it doesn't fall off. So, see what I mean when you get 4 combo points and then you have, you know, Kingsbane or something else to fill that last combo point. You can then use that. So you can actually stun these, so you can cheap shot them and do whatever. Just to maybe. Nice. That was actually a mistake there. I shouldn't have used Mutilate. Holy cow, that voice crack. So you can cloak the Soul Burst. It'll just be nice for your healers, just to make sure that they take a little bit less damage. There's a lot of spells and a lot of things that you can cloak or cheat death. Well, everything you can technically cheat death. But it's just nice to make sure that your healers have to spend less mana on you. That's one of the big advantages of taking Rogue into any content really, is that your healers will not have to spend a whole lot of mana on you because you're just so incredibly, you know, elusive, or however you want to say. So that's the Amalgam of Souls. It's pretty simple. You can just cloak the Soul Burst. You can cloak the Swing as well in the front, the cone attack. Where do we go this way? You can cloak. Let's look in the dungeon journal and check the abilities. So you can cloak Reap Soul. You can cloak. Can't cloak Swirling Scythe. You can cloak Soul Echoes. You can cloak Soul Burst. And Call Sword Souls isn't technically like a spell like that. You can also feint the cone AoE, but realistically you shouldn't even be in front of it anyways, but it's just a thing you can do. So this is just a random pug, by the way, so I don't really know, you know, if it's gonna go great, but it should be fine. I would recommend having a focus macro for tricks, but you can also have the normal, just tricks. So we're gonna use evasion here because I'm pretty sure that I'm about to take aggro. And before we wipe, we want to take as many out of these spiders as we can. We're gonna die to the dot, but we might as well just take as many spiders out as we can. Good. That wasn't that bad. So obviously it sucks to wipe, but in that situation, if it's gonna be a wipe anyways, you can just go ahead and try and kite them and all that stuff. I mean, I don't think that was the dot that killed us. I'm pretty sure that was just the tank taking too much damage, but I'm not. I may be wrong. See, like, he's just dying. Is his gear broken? Seems almost like his gear's broken or something. In terms of saving Kingsbane, you can maybe save it if a target's not going to last the whole dot, but generally you want to just use it. You can also feint the the quaking as well. So there's a lot of utility that rogues bring to almost every dungeon. So you want to get behind the bone breaking strike. So yeah, it's just about maintaining your envenom, maintaining all your dots, and then trying to get to tricks this guy. That was a mistake. I accidentally body pulled. We're playing a little bit sloppy, but it's okay. You can also stun these out of Arcane or Arrow Barrage. I was a little bit late on the stun, but it's okay. So there I used Mutilate just to get my full combo points. You're not always going to get full combo points. Fainted late as well. I had GCD. So we want to wait for the dot to fall out. It'll be okay. Let our energy come up. Tricks him again. Remember to stun them out of spells that are annoying. Also, the dogs are really, really annoying, so you want to focus these down as well. I should have actually ruptured it instead of something else. but it's okay as long as we just get it down. Okay, this is gonna get a little bit dicey. Ah, okay. Might as well just. Oh no, it'll be fine. You don't get the fifth. A little bit dicey, but it was okay. What's it doing? Rampage? Oh, it's. Oh, he's playing arms. Oh, we're gonna be in combat for this. Hold on, we're gonna wait and use potion. Ah, was I in the... Yeah, I was. So that was just really, really sloppy. I think I need to rebind my potion. Let's just put it on shift 3. So we're gonna res here. Because we're fast. Can get there in time. But you know, I'm by no means a super duper expert. I actually have probably only done Black Rook Hold a couple of times, but that's not exactly an excuse. Due to, you know, don't stand in the fire is a pretty universal concept. It's not exactly something that's unique to Black Rook Hold. Or don't stand in the swirly, I guess. Probably could have cheat shotted him there. Okay, I guess we're just gonna fight them out in the open. There we go. Really good shockwave by the warrior there. So we're gonna dot him and put cooldowns into him. Making sure that we're staying behind the bones breaking strike and not in front of it, because you cannot cloak that either. I missed. That's so sad. Good feint. I'm not keeping up my dots well. I'm not super used to recording and playing at the same time, like talking and playing at the same time, so please forgive me. There are going to be a pretty decent amount of mistakes until I get a little bit more used to it, but once I do start getting used to it, then things will get better. So just forgive for now the, you know, lowy low or whatever you want to call it, the shit play. But we will improve, so don't worry. I'll be able to make a little bit better stuff. Now this boss has a pretty decent amount of stuff you can cloak, and when it comes up we will show you. We have all our cooldowns here, so that's going to be kind of nice. We're actually going to do a different opener here because we have 5 combo points. We're just going to open with Rupture. Okay, so we didn't get that, so we're safe to just... But you can cloak the fire damage, so if you need to run through it for some reason, you can Cloak of Shadows it, and you're going to be totally fine. So here, it's realistic that you're not going to get a... Realistic that you're not going to get 4 combo points from that, so you can actually decide to use Garrote, and then you can get a 5 combo point. Oh, okay, we want to make sure we're behind that. You want to make sure you can get a 5 combo point. And Venom, or Rupture, or whatever. I can't see which side he's on. Ah, I was on the wrong side. I should have zoomed in, maybe. But it wasn't actually that much damage, so that's okay. And I'm aware that I didn't have my Rupture up. This part's always a little bit annoying. If you get caught with a rock around the wall. But we got it. Oh no, this isn't the annoying one. The next one's the annoying one. This one's the easy one. Ah! That was so stupid from me. But it's not that bad. I realized what I did right as I was doing it. Can I stun this? Yes, you can. So you can stun the Blade Lord. Just use stuns. Stuns are actually really, I feel, maybe underrated. Like, it feels kind of weird to say. But I don't see enough people using CC in Mythic Plus recently. At least in pugs. In guild groups, it's not that bad, but these are more orientated towards people who are pugging anyways. And I think this can be stunned. Yeah, they can. A lot of spells that can't be interrupted can be stunned. So that's something to always keep in mind. Holy moly. And it doesn't have to be a five combo point stun either, because you can just use whatever you like, because it'll interrupt it either way, right? So using stuns as interrupts is always great. Pulling needless mobs is not. Cool. See how great cheat death is? Where is this guy? And we can then draw this guy and then spam to our heart's content. So these guys are also still stunnable, so just making sure you're aware of what is stunnable and what isn't stunnable. Alright, so let's get started on this as soon as we can. Okay, cool. It's best if you're someone like a rogue or kind of a paladin, but not really. If you're a rogue, that you can just run up the stairs as fast as you can. Permitting, obviously, if you're actually able to do it, in the sense that you know how. Why are we fighting this? Whatever. I don't even think it's worth percent. Oh, it is. It's worth 2%. But I guess we're just killing these for some reason. I don't think I've ever killed these before. Pardon me, I had to sneeze. We need to keep moving. I don't know why we're stopped. I don't think these guys also they don't do the debuff. Yeah, they don't. So I was just testing. I'm always about testing stuff. I don't have my... Oh, they all died. Keep moving. I don't know why we're waiting. Give me a poison bomb. We're gonna do this. At least give me a poison bomb. Come on. Okay. Whatever. I don't know why we're pulling like this. Maybe the tank doesn't really know what to do. That's okay. What? Huh? What? Huh? I had evasion up. Okay, maybe you can't use evasion on those guys? I'm not sure. That's really strange. I was almost positive that you could use evasion on those, but... Well, there you go. Now you learned. We're all learning stuff. And that's what it's all about, right? That's what... Funnily enough, I'm making a video to teach other people and I end up learning myself. So that's great. You cannot evasion sick bads unless that was just a bug, which is entirely possible. It is World of Warcraft after all, and this game is not exactly bug free. Isn't this a dungeon that you bring invis pots for? Okay. Dominator. Oh boy. Oh no, you can crippling poison them. I don't know why it wasn't applying before. You can cloak this, but you cannot cloak Hateful Gaze, so be careful. Basically, just remember that you can cloak all magic damage and you cannot cloak any physical damage. Interestingly, this Warlock's actually playing Demonology, which I haven't really seen much of. Maybe he's getting ready for the next expansion because there's going to be... Ooh. Demonology is going to be really good. So from what I've heard, at least in terms of gameplay, it's going to be good. I'm not sure about damage. Okay. So luckily he's... Okay, here we go. So we can tank this pretty comfortably. It won't be that hard. I don't think I can tank the Hateful Gaze though. Okay, my evasion's over, and we killed it. Woo! Woo! Holy shit. Holy shit. That was close. Thank you for the res. We don't care about our teammates. We just jeeves for ourselves. Somebody's not paying attention. But I did die to a swirly earlier in the dungeon, so I can't really, yeah. Can't really make fun of them for that. We stunned one of them at least. Oh, I could. You know what I could probably do next time? Just blind them. If you can, when it comes to Mythic Plus, you should always try and be using your potions on cooldown. But sometimes it's just not worth it in terms of, you know, you don't really need the damage. It's a lot of potions to use. You know. In just a plus 15, I can see an argument for not using. You should almost always come flasked. I like to be runed just because it's so cheap. But obviously you don't have to be ruined. I'm almost exalted, nice. But generally you want to be flasking and potioning. Alright, so the next boss is basically... You want to save your cooldowns until you get big. We good? Just waiting for the warlock. Save your cooldowns until you become that big guy. So you can basically just do a normal single target priority until you get big, and then you can pop all your cooldowns. Oh, lol. Oh wait, I might have an individual battery. Boom. I forgot I had that. Excellent. That's awkward that all of his gear is broken. Okay, let's get it going. So yeah, you don't really want to burst. Save all your cooldowns. I mean, maybe you could use Toxic Blade and King's Bane. I chose not to here, but maybe I should have. I think they'll probably be back up. But now it's too late. Depends on your group's DPS and the key level as well. If it's a higher key, you can just burst really easily. So we go here. Dots up. Throw more dots, more dots. And then we're gonna eat those cookies. You can cloak the Shadow Bolt volley. It'll stop a lot of damage. Be really good. Here we go. Yeah, you're gonna, I'm gonna periodically stun. That's gonna be really annoying. Okay, and then Dreadlord's Guile, you just want to make sure that you're following the way it's going. It is going this way. I'm not sure if it goes the same way every time. I think it might. Let me take it. Come on, give me... not the best, but... You can also do 4 combo point Envenoms. Ruptures, sorry. Okay. Not the best, but not the worst. Anyone get anything good? Not really. So, that is plus 14 Mythic Plus, Black Rook Hold, Assassination Rogue. Hope you guys enjoyed. Pretty new to the World of Warcraft gameplay commentary. Ooh, this guy got something maybe. Oh no, not good. Pretty new to the whole World of Warcraft gameplay commentary guide kind of thing, so bear with me as I sort of learn and improve over time. We'll probably get one of every dungeon done if I can. I hope I will be able to. And other than that, that's the end of the video. So you can leave now. But thank you for staying, if you stayed this long.